Today, we're answering the question of whether the E38 is worth all of the praise that gets constantly heaped on it, or if it's just another aging piece of crap. Let's go. I'm that Bimmer Guy, and we're here with my 2001 740 M Sport. Though before we do anything else with it, it is really dirty, so she needs a little bath. That is significantly better. Boy, she really shines up nice. As I said before, this is my 2001 740i M Sport. It is the last production year, as production run went from 1994 until 2001. The 7 Series came in either a 740, which was powered by a 4 or 4.4 liter V8, or the 750, which was powered by a 5.4 liter V12. They also came in either the I, which is a short wheelbase, or the L, which stands for an extended wheelbase, which is 6 inches added to the back half, so that people typically buying the IL packages were people who were being chauffeured around. At the time that BMW was producing the E38, it was their flagship vehicle. In 2001, the cost on this actual M Sport was something like $65,000, which in 2022 dollars is slightly over $100,000. That was a pretty expensive car at the time, as most manufacturers were not making anything close to what would amount to $100,000 today. At the time, the 7 Series was the car that everybody wanted. James Bond had one, famously. Princess Diana had one. Tupac had one. Well, didn't go so well for Princess Diana or Tupac. But the point remains that the 7 Series was, and some believe still is, the best car that BMW ever made. When people are talking about the E38 today as being a great car, they're deciding between the 750 as being powered by a really unique V12 motor, which is 2 BMW inline 6s pretty much just smashed together. It's reliable, it's great. People who do VIP builds, they slam them, they put all sorts of goofy stuff in it, and they're a really fantastic car. Or people argue that the 740i M Sport, otherwise known as a short sport, is an absolutely fantastic car. You may be asking yourself, what exactly is the difference between a regular 740i and the 740i M Sport? The wheels that came on the Sport model are 18-inch M parallels with an M badge on the wheel. The car also came with a Shadowline trim, which on the non-sport models was chrome. The M Sports also came with a 3-spoke steering wheel with an M emblazoned right on it. Another addition were the bolstered sport seats. The changes that were made to the 740i M Sports were not purely cosmetic, as they were with the 750s, or the 740iLs. These differences were a lowered suspension, a differential, and a Steptronic transmission. adds up to this, which is not only a beautiful car, but a very potent one. All of those additions were enough to be able to accelerate the vehicle from a stop to 60 in 5.9 seconds, which is really admirable for a vehicle 21 years ago that weighed nearly 4,300 pounds. Which brings me to my point. In 2022, is the E38 really worth all of the praise that's heaped on it and all the hype that surrounds the vehicle? And my answer is absolutely. As you can see, this particular vehicle has done 251,000 miles. That's right, that is actual mileage. Now, I've had this vehicle for a little over a month now, and I purchased it with 249,000 miles, meaning I have put roughly 2,000 miles on this car in just a little over a month. Don't get me wrong, this vehicle has plenty of things wrong with it. The front suspension pretty much needs a rebuild, even though it was replaced about 20,000 miles ago. But such is life with an E38. The paint does not look great, but it looks great from 5 to 10 feet away. And my interior also needs a little bit of love. But these are all things to be expected when a vehicle has 250,000 miles on it. However, what I will say is that this vehicle was on my personal Mount Rushmore of BMWs. But after living with it for just over a month, I don't think that it lives up quite to that height. And don't get me wrong, this is an absolutely fantastic vehicle. If you're anything like me and you're approaching 40, you have a family, and you're looking for something that is a really good vehicle to bring to the shows that won't leave you completely bored at the driver's wheel, and you won't see at the Walmart parking lot, this is a fantastic vehicle for you to invest in. And I do think that it is a really good investment, as people are starting to really realize what a gem this car is. But you're also not going to take and run with M3s, M4s, 8 Series on the highway. So ultimately, that's my point. This car should be respected for what it really is, which is one of the best cars that BMW ever made. It's reliable, it's quick enough, it has held up. It has held up to the test of time. But it should also not be put on a pedestal, because there's a lot of things that this vehicle isn't. What I can tell you from my personal experience is I'm absolutely ecstatic that I finally made the purchase of one. Even though the maintenance bills on a 7 Series are quite extensive at times, I am still going to absolutely drive the crap out of this car. And you will be seeing a lot of future content being made in this very E38. As always, thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day.